Hi, beautiful people. Can you hear me? For a change, I'm not making you wait for me to turn on the camera. I am here. Tunisaneri. Thank you for resubbing and staying a part of the collective. You guys can hear me clearly? Yes, 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 yes. I am a part of KixBy6ix Drop the Mic Raid, focusing on mental health, which is what we talk about all the time here. So it just kind of fits. I've been listening to the raid. I'm sure they're going to be raiding over momentarily. While we're waiting for them to show up, let me scroll and say hello, Your Majesty. Hello, Miss Apple Blossom. I hope you're well. Olax, my neighbor from around the corner. DH Lady, Masaji, sis. Dr. Dady Priest. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. DJ Blair with the hug. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of myself that I finally have these little things coming up on my screen. Can I just say? T.E. Dennis, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I almost said Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. That's just crazy. Posture. Oh, so yeah, I kind of look like her, don't I? Yeah. I chose her wisely. Let me shake up myself, and yeah. That might be one of my favorites right about now. Oh no, there goes the alarm. I'm seeing myself twice on a screen. In comes the raid. Anybody I haven't said hi to, I'm about to catch up to you. Look at us doing the shimmy and the dance. Yep, all of that's happening now. Welcome in, beautiful people. Thank you, Black Girl Gamer, for the follow. Those of you who have never been here before, I am TaptheSoul. We are behind my smile, what's behind yours. We are a part of the KixBy6ix Drop the Mic Raid, focusing on mental health. So let me try and say some names. If I butcher your name, sorry. Tasha Star, welcome in. 6, you know 6. I gotta say hi to 6. Relaxed Mood is here. Karen Graham from downtown Canada is in the house. Who else? DJ Miss Vegas, please give her a shout out. Megan the Suez, please give her a shout out. 713, we gonna talk in a minute. Thank you, welcome. Give her a shout out. Six Boss obviously gets the shout out. Creo, hello, beautiful soul. I am scrolling. You guys have put me to work really quick. Hold on, who else have I missed? If I've missed you, I apologize. There's a lot of apologies I need to drop right now. So first of all, let me just say, those of you who are here for the first time, if you don't mind, please be sure to give me a click and follow. Welcome into the collective. That's what I call my community. And we are here talking about, you are absolutely welcome for that shout out, Megan. We are here to talk about mental health, what I'm going to call mental wellness tonight. It is a part of the, let me put this flyer on the screen as I hydrate. So it started off at 11. I've missed a number. Scotian Sugar, welcome in, sweetie. Nice of you to be here and join us. Let me hydrate. So I checked out almost everybody on the stream today. I am still in work mode. I am about to take personal time off until December. To nurture my own mental health and wellness. So as a result of that, it's been a crazy day for me, double and triple booked, trying to get as much things in. But this lineup has been a pretty awesome lineup of people talking about mental health in different shapes and forms. I think I was getting some extra hunger with Yella, with the different food options. I think a couple of folks there started talking about, different food combinations. I'm about the turkey. I don't really care for it, but I give it grace around Thanksgiving. So let me come back on camera. Okay, so for those of you who don't know who I am, TaptheSoul, I am here in conversation with all of you. Behind my smile, what's behind yours? We're going to talk about mental wellness. There's been a lot of conversation throughout the day talking about mental health. The effects of it in sex and relationships. Black Girl Gamer had the depression hacks and how to get through. Thank you for talking about yoga, by the way, Black Girl Gamer. There's a lot of things I feel that we seem to dismiss. We never really want to address it or acknowledge it. I think it's been commercialized heavily with the gear and the mat and whatever, and people forget the essence and the core of it. I don't do it enough, but I definitely like the fact that you shouted that out. What else is there? Maya Youngster, welcome in. Six Boss with the soul bits. Thank you so much. There's a moment just now, Scotia Sugar's in the room and I was about to do what she does, but I'm not on her level to do it. So Scotia Sugar, you can do the biddies shake over there on my behalf, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for the soul bits. So if I miss anything, Apple Blossom is my, Apple Blossom is the one who shows that I have manners. She will catch you. She will say hello. Anybody I will pay to see that. Hey, if money talks, you know, I got bills to pay. DJ Blair, and then my nephew types in the room. I'm sorry. DJ Blair, please give him a shout out. Hello, nephew. I'm trying to be on my best behavior now that I see you're in the room. Kinda, maybe not. So all of you here, if you were in the streams throughout the day or not, we all know mental health. We all know mental illness. We all talk about a variation of mental wellness. Those of you who have been on my channel, you know I talk about wellness all the time. I call it soul wellness. MC 2J man. Oh, hey fam, welcome in. Please be sure to, thank you, Apple. See, I don't even have to say much. She already got people covered. So when we talk about mental health, we talk about mental illness, we talk about, you know, Windex 73, welcome in. Wellness, health, illness, it's a thing, right? Like it's not, and a lot of people I think have been more accommodating to it now because of COVID. And I think that's been said in a few of the streams earlier that I was peeking and lurking through. COVID triggered the awareness of, you know, remembering that we're human. I think people are already starting to forget that because they've gotten back into their regular routines. But it reminded us that we are humans, we are fragile, and we don't take care of ourselves enough. I feel it's really, really important, as I say to my collective all the time, that we support each other. It's always a safe space. DJ Mighty Mike, welcome in. Thank you for the soul biddies. Thank you for being here. Please give him a shout out when you get a chance, Apple. We have less than an hour. I'm used to being here for an hour and a bit. So we're going to dive into the conversation in regards to mental health and mental wellness, as I like to call it. And I would love for any of you, whether you were in the streams or what it means to you, please take a moment and type in the chat, what does mental health / mental wellness mean to you? This channel has predominantly been called Behind My Smile, What's Behind Yours? And we haven't done it in a minute. So to the collective who's been here, Miss Garcia, yes, welcome in. Your story, wow, yeah. You know what, let me do this. I got to do this for Miss Garcia. If you guys are not doing so, please be sure to give her a follow. Miss Garcia, this one is especially for you. Thank you for your courage and sharing your journey. I've never been in your channel before. 42 mods are crazy. I'm just gonna say, but I really love the fact that you were open, you were transparent, and you were sharing what was going on. And I think that's been the story that we've all had, right? So as we are talking about mental health and we are talking about mental wellness, you know, this Twitch community, my collective, as I call you guys, we have shared some pretty intimate things about our lives amongst each other. And I've listened to a lot of the different streams today, and every community is doing that. And I think that's a beautiful thing. 713, you nailed it on the dot when you talked about putting a 1 in the chat if we are creative. So my paint that I was doing was trying to remove the wrinkles that were kind of showing up and the tiredness. So I don't have any art to show you other than this. Hi. That's all I got. Sorry, but I did love your artwork. I thought it was beautiful. Let me scroll up because I think I saw a comment from Miss Garcia. Mrs. Garcia, it means the well-being of myself. Exactly. And I think that's something that we don't do often enough, right? We get into the routine of worrying about everybody else, whether it's our partner, the job, the kids, the whatever, and we always neglect self. And I think that's something that we just need to learn how to do better. So on this channel, Sundays at 8 p.m., I've been doing officially now Behind My Smile. On Wednesdays, I do In Conversation with a guest. And when I don't have a guest sitting beside me virtually, you are all my guests and we get into these conversations. We've talked about acceptance. We've talked about reflection. We've talked about access and boundaries, which I think is the VIP of all of our conversations. And I think it's important that we incorporate all of these pieces together as we're talking about mental health, what I call mental wellness. So I Googled, of course, because I thought it was only right that you went to Google to see what Google had to say. And Google has different variations about what mental wellness meant. And there's 6 dimensions to it. And I'm going to talk about each of them. And it's ironic that without even knowing that I was doing it, I've already been working with the collective about all of this. So let me scroll down. Let me see if I've missed any other comments. We forget ourselves most of the time. We do. we get lost in life, right? Like life is happening to us. And I know that came up in a conversation that we had on Sunday, and that's a hard part. Um, yeah, I actually just paused just now because I'm still in work mode. When I am done this stream, I need to send out a few more emails before I go officially on PTO in order to take a break. I have been neglecting myself, and I'm officially taking a personal leave for, a week or two just to sit on the couch and do nothing. So, but we do. Dr. Dady Priest, I have learned that the focus on self is the care. Yeah, it is. And this alarm is going to go off again. And let me no, it's not. Yeah, I saw that message just now. No, it's not. I think it's important that we take a moment to reflect on what does self-care look like for us, right? Everybody's version of it's different. You don't have to be doing yoga. You don't have to be doing meditation. You don't have to be journaling unless you feel that that applies to you, right? It shouldn't feel like it's taking away. DJ Smiles. For those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to give DJ Smiles a follow. Thank you for joining us, DJ Smiles. We are talking about mental health as a part of the Drop the Mic raid. KixBy6ix has presented this first time raid talking about mental health. Thank you for being here. M. Lewis, 416 the VDJ, thank you for resubscribing for 3 months. Yeah, Dr. Dady, we talked about that as well, right? Focusing on self. So when I say focusing on self, it really comes down to you understanding what do you need for you. And it's not about what does the industry say, what does the media say. Karen Graham, thank you for the soul bits. It really comes down to you recognizing what do you need for you to feel better, for you to be okay with you. Hype Train has say what now? You guys are going to put me under the manners that I have to pay attention to this thing. Those of you who are new here, I'm the worst person when it comes to Hype Train. I don't see the bits. I had to start doing these little things that pop up on my screen. So I always say time and energy is the most important thing to me. It is non-refundable. I will not take away that comment ever from my vocabulary. Those of you who drop a bit, a sub, a gifted sub, crates, whatever it is that you decide to do, I appreciate you and thank you, but your time and your energy here at being a part of the collective is the non-refundable, most important thing to me. And I say that with full gratitude. So let me scroll and see what else I've missed. And if you see me with a Kleenex, please ignore me. And if you hear me crunching on something, I'm about to pop some Ricola because I'm coming down with something as soon as I am about to take personal leave. My body's like, oh, you about to finally take a vacation? All right, we're going to make you sick. So I apologize if you hear sniffling. If, if my voice starts to crack, let me hydrate. Let me scroll down. I am DJ Swirls. Welcome in, my DJ. How are you? How are you? Let me scroll. So, as I was saying, mental health, mental wellness. When I Googled, there were 6 dimensions that came up. So I'm going to touch on those in a second. Miriam, my big sis, thank you for the resub. 9 months. Have I really been here that long? Wow. Selectress Mistress Kush, welcome in. It's it is good morning in the UK. Good morning to you and friend. Thank you for being here. We are here for KixBy6ix Drop the Mic raid. It is her first raid focusing on mental health. And those of you who are here, you know that I'm always talking about wellness. Let me scroll. I love the fact that there's a whole conversation of stuff that's happening in the chat without me having to say a word. This is awesome. Everybody's greeting everybody and socializing. I will say, Scotian Sugar, I hope you're not breaking any furniture over there because, there's no music here for you to do so. But I am glad that you are here. I enjoyed your stream as well. Yeah. Swirls. Okay, let me scroll. Before I get into the rest of the conversation, the hype train that's happening, thank you. Megan Suez, I'm hoping that I don't get any worse. I've taken Buckley's, I'm hydrating. The Ricola is coming. And you're right, Six Boss, time does fly. Like I just started this thing and 9 months has passed. Like pretty much just a pregnancy, isn't it? If I'm remembering correctly. Any comments I've missed, I apologize. If you have any questions along the way, exclamation, ask in caps, Hashtag ask. Between Apple Blossom and myself, we will catch the conversation and we will drop something. Tuni Sineri, thank you for the soul bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so when I Googled mental wellness, it came up with 6 dimensions of wellness. And it's interesting that the very first one on the list was the very first one that I need to check out for myself. And that is, thank you for dropping the feel, exclamation mark feel. So the first one was work. And those of you who are doing Twitch, as well as your job, corporate job, whatever job it is, your 9-to-5 job, you are doing the dual hustle. There's those of us that's doing multiple hustles, right? You've got Twitch, you've got other personal brands you're working on, plus you also have the corporate job of some sorts to pay the bills. And it starts to weigh you down. And the most important thing about that really is making sure that although you're trying to keep a roof over your head, DJ Miss Vegas, thank you for the soul bits. What is happening today, folks? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Although you need to have a roof over your head, what you do for your job really should be from a place of love. It should be a place of something that brings you joy. And I know it's easy to say because a lot of the things that bring me joy cannot pay my bills and keep a roof over my head yet. But hopefully in time it will sort itself out. But when you're looking for that job, you have that job, you want to move on to the next job, you know, part of having that wellness intact really is focusing on something that brings you joy. And if it is the 9-to-5 that's keeping a roof over your head and it allows you to still get into your passion of sorts, then that's really important as well, that you figure out to find that balance. The next one on the list, I'm just going to, anything that's happening in the high train, thank you. I'm just going to say thank you. Movement. So those of us here, we've talked about it a couple times, right? I've always talked about it. I have an Apple Watch. I've had a Fitbit. You know, I exercise. The yoga mat is behind me there in the pouch looking cute. I've got a step mat thing over here also looking cute. Movement is important. And I think sometimes we get caught up with the concept of doing crazy workouts, going to the gym. Let me hydrate. Sorry. So yeah, going to the gym, doing crazy workouts. What else is there? Crazy diets, fasting, you name it. Really and truly, just walking around the block is exercise and movement, and it could do so much for you. I don't do it enough. So these are the lessons I'm saying for myself. But for you, it's good for your mental health. It is good for your mental wellness to just move. Dancing in the living room, that's a thing. Many of us did that throughout our Twitch days in the early part of it, right? And that really is the important thing, and that's movement, as basic as it can be. And for some reason, it looks like I'm freezing. So if I do freeze, for some reason, my internet connection is strong but weak. So hopefully the stream is still going okay. Apple, send me a thumbs up if you can hear me clearly. Yes, no? Tuni Scenario is taking notes. We are good. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, the job is never easy, right? We have families to provide for, and we always need to figure out how to make it work, right? Movement, same thing. By the time you're done the job, you don't have time for the movement. The last thing you want to do is to go to a gym or do exercises. But I mean, if you're even pacing your living room, dancing in your living room, or anywhere else that you want to dance, it's good for you. And there's all the reasons why I don't need to go into, you know it, you Google it. I'm just giving you those reminders, right? As we talk about mental health, mental wellness, social connection. Need I say more? The collective, we're all here. It is so important in person, right, to do so. But those of us who do not interact in person, it's a beautiful experience to say, when I said the pacing, I knew that there's going to be somebody in the group that was going to make some comment, and I'm pinning your comment. Yes, yeah. The collective, social interaction. And as I was saying, we're all over the world, right? Like, I'm not going to do the roll call and figure out where we're all from. We all know where we reside from. But at the end of the day, we come together here and we socialize, we bond, we share, we cry, we laugh, we kick people's suitcases, Six Boss, kick people's shins. It's Flame the DJ. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. At the end of the day, we've bonded. And if it wasn't for Twitch, we wouldn't have come together. If it wasn't for the lockdown, we wouldn't have come together. But a lot of us lost that social connection because of lockdown, but we found a different form of connection because Twitch has made it possible for us to have this international link amongst each other. And that's something that we definitely need to keep in mind and do more of. Would I like to see more people in person? Yeah, it'd be good. Winter's coming, so no, I'll see y'all in spring. But for those of us who can, we should try to spend more time with people, the people that we care about, the people that care about us, and just interact and bond. Again, good for our health. The good people that you want to be around, because you could be around people and they're not giving you that good energy, right? Just real talk, real talk. So 3 more, right? So 3 more. What do I want to talk about next? Intellectual. I've talked about the book club. Those of you who read, whether you're reading Instagram posts, that counts as reading. We should always find a way to stimulate our mind. Some of us use music. Some of us use music, art, and books. 713, I really liked your artwork, by the way. I didn't know that you were creative like that. But I think when you start looking at those kind of ways to stimulate your brain away from just looking at the TikTok and the IG reels, there is something there that helps nurture you and gives you wellness. And the reason why I say that is that a lot of people, and I've fallen in the trap myself, where you get caught up with the swiping, right? And as you're swiping, you're seeing this one has that and that one has this, and why don't I, and I should, and maybe, like, you're taking away from everything that you should be focusing on to help you be you. And looking at other people is not necessarily the way to help you be you. You're really supposed to only be in competition with yourself. It's good to get inspiration, but there's a fine balance between inspiration and trying to mimic somebody else's life that doesn't really belong to you, or nor should it. It's theirs, and then you have your own, right? I just want to see, there's a comment here that I wanted to catch. Yeah, you'll be locked down this winter. And we talked about that in previous conversations, right? When you get into the winter months, it gets darker earlier. There's no sun. And it's just the sadness of just saying that just now, right? There really is no sun. And it just comes down to you feeling like you don't want to leave your house. You leave to go to work in the darkness. You come home in the darkness, for those of you who work outside of the home. It's cold to go out. You have to bundle up with layers if you live in a winter country like myself here in Canada. You do as much as you can in the summer, and then you hibernate. So the social connections that we have, finding ways to stimulate you intellectually, doing a job of what you love, focusing on movement, those things help you unless you're an outdoor person. I don't know, if you want to skate, Olax, that's on you. I'm not skating. I skated when I was a young person, and I loved it, but I don't think my knees and ankles at this stage of the game want to be skiing anywhere or skating anywhere. That fall might not go well. I'm just going to say that, right? So there's another one that I want to touch on. Let me do emotions first. So emotions, Creole, but really, like that I've fallen and I can't get up thing, I really would have fallen and may not be able to get up without assistance. And that might have people coming down with me because, yeah, those things happen. Emotions drives everything, right? And I know that they say it's one of the dimensions about mental wellness. And if we're not focusing, our emotions can take us on such a journey, such a high and such a low. I believe it was Black Girl Gamer that was talking about bipolar and the true definition of it. It's not about the multiple personalities. It's about that high and that low. And I think when we think about our own emotions, how to control it, how to nurture it, how to enjoy it, right? There's emotions that we go through that we don't enjoy enough. And I think there's a lot of that actually impacts us from being able to operate in the wellest state of possible. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have low times or sad times, but it does really mean that if you focus more on your emotions, as you're looking at all of the other dimensions that I just mentioned, it really helps you stay whole and helps you nurture through any mental illness or mental health situations that you feel you're going through where you may not be your best. Those help pull you together, right? The last one I want to touch on is a little bit dicey depending on people's beliefs, right? And that's spiritual. And I know someone right now could be like, spiritual meaning religion or spiritual meaning spiritual. I'm just going to leave it as spiritual. If you believe in a higher power of any way, shape, or form, male, female, whatever denomination of religion that you follow, having that connection to a higher power, a higher being, I think that's also something to take into account. Flirt 9192, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. You are, my apologies, you are here at Behind My Smile, What's Behind Yours. And we are part of KixBy6ix Drop the Mic raid, focusing on mental health. So yes, Toonie Scenario, you did the whole recap for me. So I'm going to say it in a different order than how I said it live, but let me run through them again. And that is emotions, intellectual interactions, social connection, spiritual, movement, and work. When I say those 6 things and you think about your life today, and if you were following any of the streamers today who talked about the different mental health variations of sorts, how do you register? Like, where do you feel you register on the scale? Do you feel that you're doing pretty okay? Do you feel that it was, you got more work to do? Toonie Scenario, it helped me to remember. Yeah. Yeah, I probably will post these on my Instagram later, just so that these people hear the 6 again. I'm not big on slides. I deal with slides and PowerPoint presentations in my corporate life. So being here and not doing a slide brings me joy. I just like to have the conversation with everybody. Yeah, Scotia Sugar, you love today, right? It really brought a reality of what everybody's got going on in their life, but it really also showed how much the community showed up to support each other. And I think that's the biggest part as I talk about that social connection that we all need as a part of the dimensions of mental wellness. It was a reminder I'm human and to give myself a break when I can handle it, when I can't handle shit. Yeah. And that's just it. And that's the reason why I turn on when I turn on, right? I don't have it figured out. I say that every stream. This is not a 21-step program. It's not what it's about. It really is just about the collective coming together, bonding and sharing, and just trying to sort each other's lives out, individually, being accountable to yourself and doing what you need to do to move forward. So I'm going to pause here because I mentioned that I wanted to do Behind My Smile, and I figured let me jump into some of the conversation. So for those of you, let me sit up properly. For those of you who have been here before, you know what the process is. For those of you who have not been here before, Behind My Smile came up through all of my in conversations with guests. It just organically became a thing. And a part of that was really talking about the fact that behind our smiles, we have life going on. And it's not just specifically for, yeah, T.E. Dennis, I agree with you. I'm going to touch on that in a bit, right? It's not just about us streamers, whether you're a DJ, a streamer of some sort, right? It really is just sitting down and talking about what goes on in your life behind your smile. Sometimes it's something to action, sometimes it's not something to action. So those of you who are comfortable, those of you who have done it before, if it's safe, okay, because I've done this before and people are saying that they're driving, so don't close your eyes. I usually close my eyes because I'm focusing on the chat and it gets distracting. So what I normally do is I take a breath to kind of calm myself down, which I need to right now. Close my eyes, do a small count. I say Behind My Smile, and then I say whatever words come to mind. So for those of you who are willing to do so and put your commentary in the chat, I would greatly appreciate the interaction. I'm going to take a minute to hydrate. While I do that, I'm going to put this flyer back up just so you guys can see who's been on the raid to date. See, and I'm glad I still have my eyes open, because then you have people like DJ Mighty Mike with his little comments, right? So yeah. So yeah, let me just do that. Let me take myself off. There you go. So do it while driving. No, don't do it while driving. I know you've done it while driving. You can keep your eyes open. So I'm going to do it now. I'm going to close my eyes. Behind my smile. Frustration, celebration, illness, gratitude, 50. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I don't even remember everything that I said. And that always seems to happen. Whatever I remember that comes back, I'll say. So I really want to, I just want to repin that. Behind my smile, I really want a tight ass hug for a long time without any words from somebody I love and loves me back. That's all. Six Boss, I want 2 because I'm greedy like that. And I'm making sure that I do this for you right now, because although I'm not close and I usually threaten to kick your suitcase, let me do this. And I'm going to do this again just because it's you. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you absolutely go. So those of you who have done so, let me scroll and see if I can find any of the comments. Six boss, we've come a long way. Yeah, Mighty Mike, just behave, like behave. Perseverance is behind my smile. No matter who tries to stop, I persevere and I keep smiling. Yeah, I like that, Scotian Sugar, because a lot of times I find that a lot of times we have things that happen to us or people happen to us, and it can kind of kick us off of our game. I know I've had that moment. I've had that moment recently a couple of times, and it's hard, but I love the fact that you still have that perseverance and that resilience to continue doing so, and you're smiling through it. That sometimes I find that you smile through it to get through it, and eventually the smile actually infects you in a way that allows you to really get through it with some extra strength and courage. There's a lot of hugs happening right now. Yeah, I'm greedy. I want two big, extra tight hugs, and I'm just gonna leave that there. Let me scroll. T.E. Dennis, if I missed yours, I apologize. I'll get back to yours, right? So happy, grateful, amazing weekend, doctor's visits, test, staying positive. That's the thing, T.E. Dennis, isn't it? Once you get into this health cycle, you can enjoy a moment today and then you get kicked in the whatever tomorrow, and then you're back up again and then you're good. And I think it's being able to kind of go with it and know that you have a support group around you to get you through it. It really does make a difference. But I always say I love the transparency and I love the honesty that we have when we do that, right? So I know one of the things I said, I mentioned celebration, I mentioned 50, frustration. I can't remember what else I said. Whatever else I said, and I've done this before a couple of times where we do it at the beginning and we do it at the end. What I do find when I do this, and I find I just do it to ground myself. And I needed that just now because I have about 250 million things going through my head. I'm still in the corporate mindset that I need to do some stuff and shut down. I'm here as a part of the raid. I was just here on Sunday. I'm not here tomorrow. There's a whole bunch of other things in between all of that. And I'm going to be taking a staycation for the first time in a long time where I'm really going to turn off the laptop. And that for me gives me a little bit of anxiety. So everything that I just mentioned in those 6 steps around wellness, work is one of them. It's trying to figure out, how do I cope? How do I get through? How do I use all of those other areas, being intellectual, sitting down and reading, spending the social connection with all of you to get me through movement. Olak's already called me out, yes and no, that I'll be pacing my living room. I've got space for it. So there might be a lap or two. It'd be nice to get a walk outside. It might be a little crisp in terms of the temperature, but just to get that movement going. So again, I'm going to ask the question because I think I might have missed a comment, and you can repin it if possible or repost it if possible. Mental health, Candy Girl, let me post yours. Man, doesn't it suck? You're about to take a vacation and you start getting sick. Like, well, who does that? Behind my smile, gratitude, processing, and peace. Yeah. For the processing, a couple of streams ago, I mentioned reflection, and I'm still there. Like I mentioned, I'm doing the reset. That was September. We're now in November. I'm still there. I don't know what the expiration date is supposed to be for processing or reflection, but I just feel like I'm there. A couple Sundays ago, I talked about taking a moment, and that was the topic. And I think I'm trying to make sure that I'm not sitting in a spot of stuck to sit in the spot of stuck, and I'm just processing what I need to process. And that is always the hard part as well. And when we talk about wellness, and I mentioned it before, it may not be yoga for you. It may not be journaling. It may not be meditation, but whatever you feel it needs to be for you, it's actually just taking the time and it's applying it. And that's the most important piece to it all, right? We don't do it enough, and that's the self-care aspect. There's something else I was going to mention, and it just totally left my brain just now. It will come to me. It will come to me. Yeah, that's gone. Thank you, Olax, because hopefully it will trigger my brain to come back. Behind my smile is staying positive with the outcome. with whatever I'm trying to achieve. Yeah. And I find that even with the staying positive, it's staying positive through the rough patches, right? That's always the hard part as well. I am Feel Soul welcome in. Those of you who have not already done so, I say it every stream, please follow I am Feel Soul on Instagram. December 14th, the Forever Interlude officially drops. There's pre-releases that's coming, more information to follow. Yeah, brain farts, I have them. Sometimes they're stinky, sometimes they're not. A lot of times my brain is going, as I said before, right? 200 million different things are running in the brain. And when I do the Behind My Smile, it allows me to calm down, center, focus. Where do I really want to go with the conversation, with my thoughts? So yeah, staying positive through the outcome. Sometimes the dark moments, I'm going to say it sucks the positivity out you. That perseverance, that resilience, that commitment to self. It's hard, right? Like it's not to say that, oh, because it's hard, it means you're not supposed to go through it. But sometimes it is hard to stay positive as you're going through it. And that's when I always try to figure out what do you need to do? Who do you need to engage with to help you through? Because sometimes you do need somebody. Like, it's good to be by yourself and take a moment by yourself. Sometimes, and I said it last stream, right? And Miriam said it last stream too. Sometimes you just need to hear the words from somebody, right? Just to kind of help reset, ground you, motivate you, help you with the confidence to get you through, remind you to be positive, even through the dark moments. I'm missing a comment that I want to make sure I caught. You snuck in. That's okay that you snuck in. You're here. Yeah, a little positive manifestation. Yeah. I'm hoping that I don't get sick. I'll really be pissed off if I get sick. Yeah, I'll be extra crusty. But I'm still here today, regardless. I have been meditating and finding it helpful amidst chaos. Yeah. And I think it took me a minute. That's actually really dope to hear that you're doing that. I found that I went back into a reset cycle of trying to get back to how I got through meditation, because you do get distracted and you're not supposed to be completely, those who follow it, they understand it, right? Something will pop into your brain, recognize it and let it go and continue what you're going on, whether you're focusing on your breath or your pulse or whatever it is. What if you're chanting, there is always a way through it, and I always say there's also, walking meditation. You could be driving and meditating. It's the state of mind that you put yourself in where you're still coherent, you're still doing what you need to do, but you're still doing it in a way that allows you to be clear and focused on where you're trying to get to, whether it's physically or mentally, right? I know I mentioned spirituality earlier, and it is a topic that I never want to get into because I'm sure many of us grew up in the church of some kind. Some have left it, some have stayed with it. And I never want to get into that political conversation about, the verses in the Bible. You believe what you believe, and as long as you believe in that higher power is all that matters. And some feel that meditation and religion do not go hand in hand. And I think, again, if you really look at the true form of meditation and you look at the real true form of yoga, it really doesn't impact or clash in any way, shape, or form. But, everybody has their own beliefs. So getting back to mental health and mental wellness. Let me scroll. I am Feel Soul. Did you have any other updates? I have not looked at my Instagram in a minute. So if you sent me any other updates, I apologize. I am behind on messages. Six Boss, hearing it from someone else can make you see it better. Yeah. There's a lot of times when you guys see me and, yes, it is. Yeah. Post-it notes. Different packs still here, right? When I'm sitting here and I'm fiddling with the Post-it notes while we're all talking, there really is that thought of, so-and-so said those words. I got to make sure I go back and write it down or process that a little bit more, because it sits with me in a way that helps me see something clearer that I wasn't thinking of before, or something I need to see in a different lens sometimes. So yeah, hearing it from other folks, the good stuff, because sometimes you hear stuff from other people and you're just like, yeah, that's you're coming at me. You're not coming with me. And that doesn't work, right? So that's why this rate is so good. Different topics and perspectives. Yeah. And you know what it was for me, Miriam? Everybody had a different view. Right out the gate, those who walked in here, yeah, I'm not smoking weed. Sorry. Six Boss, that was funny that you sent the note, that you want to do that check-in before I went live. I appreciate that. And I'm saying that publicly. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, everyone's got their Candy Girl. Everyone's got their source that helps them get through. And Black Girl Gamer, you said it, right? You smoke, but sometimes that encourages the depression because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing because of how much we smoke. And it's always interesting when someone can say that and they are in that position, as opposed to me. I don't smoke anymore. Yeah, I can't call myself a smoker. So it's just my view may be different, but when you hear it from somebody who is a fellow smoker, it does make you feel a little bit differently. I know Six Boss that was lurking, but I know you didn't want to hear that, but you heard it. So, you know, there is that. Candy Girl, our New Year's Eve. Yeah. We had 2, 3 New Year's Eves, something like that, every month at the beginning of 2023. Yeah, it's interesting how life takes a shift of then to now, I will say. But I guess, you know, the journey is the journey. Let me scroll to see what else I've missed along the way. Most likely Friday. Let me pin. Most likely Friday officially, but now the album has a short film. The other stuff is still under wraps. Interesting. So this just keeps growing and developing. Don't forget to send me the clip that I posted on my Instagram. I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer that there's no Tap the Soul radio coming, but I would really love to post it on my page so people have a little bit of a preview. If that's okay, let me know. Yeah. I'm like the odd girl out in your raid, Six. I have to say, like, just yeah. I was just sitting there thinking, I'm just like, wow. Oh, I was like, you know, those are my younger days. I'm like the old chick in the room right about now. Let me hydrate. Let me hydrate. So yeah, Six Boss, that was so cute. I have a bunch of stuff for you. You do? Okay, let me know. Let me know. So it's okay. I want everyone to be themselves. You old, but you're still good. Hold on. Oof. Really? KixBy6ix? Really? That's how we're going to do this? Since she's kicking me, let me take a moment and give her a little bit of airtime. How about that? KixBy6ix, custom designer sneakers that are white jean ready. Exactly, Marinated. I agree. I know that name. I know who you are. Yes, Marinated. The nerve of her, right? To call me old, but still good. Like, I want to make sure I want to capture that part. That part is it too, right? So yes, KixBy6ix, white jean ready, custom designer sneakers. And I'm going to also make sure I repost her raid. Those of you who have already done so, please be sure to check out all of the people who are on the stream. If you've missed them, please be sure to give them a follow. Coming up after me is Whoever. I've never heard of the streamer before. I will try to pop in while I try to finish my corporate job and turn on my out of office. Very interesting raid, very enlightening raid of the community that is out there, the communities that are out there. KixBy6ix, Drop the Mic, Mental Health. There is, I'm pretty sure you're going to have another one coming. So by all means, check out who's already on this stream. Give her a follow so you can stay in touch with whatever she has coming up next. So welcome in King Kai. I don't know about that name, but we going to let that name slide right about now. Old Chicken Gang. No, slow down. The chicken part, I don't know. Like, you know, I almost prefer to know like oxtail or something, but you know, the chicken part, no, I don't know about that one. But yeah, Marinated I will take. And Apple Blossom, thank you. We're about 15 minutes away before we're gonna raid out. DJ Miss Vegas, you see the disrespect of these little young pitney out there? They have no manners, no brought up see. You have a couple years on me. Do you, Toonie? Really? Like, I'm seeing your pic right now and I'm thinking, aren't you like under 40 or something? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, when somebody's sending you a message while they're in your stream, really? You know who you are. Nev63, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. We are Behind My Smile, What's Behind Yours as a part of the Drop the Mic raid brought to you by KixBy6ix. You know, there's those moments when you're just sitting here thinking that people have no manners. And DJ Smiles pops in just to see the kick and the calling of old. Yeah. C.A. Gregory, welcome in. We are talking about mental health. I call it mental wellness. I talked about this in 1968, really. Yeah, wow. I'm just like counting down the hours that I'll be officially 50. What is it, Toonie Scenario, that you got Jinx on? Nifty 50? Yeah. Nifty 50, Fab 50. I think what was it Relaxed Mood that said 50 and Fierce? I wasn't sure about that one, but I might have to just embrace all of them just to show KixBy6ix that I'm not old. How about that? Spotlight Sound in the building. Welcome in. Those of you who are not already doing so, I will put up. Yeah, I was trying not to make this about me, Six. I really want to make it sure I made it about your raid and talked about mental wellness. But since you have mentioned this, let me do this now, and then we'll close off the conversation. Apple, I don't know if you're already following. I don't know if you're already following whoever. If you are, let me know. I did give him a follow, so if I need to do the raid, I will activate on my side. Okay. So those of you who are new here, tomorrow I officially turn 50. I did not want to be on Twitch. The following Wednesday, I will be doing Born from Music Raid Volume 8. Yes, I've been doing it for 8 sessions now. So next week, Wednesday, starting at 4 p.m., Team Shelling, Selected Jinx, Chris Stubbs, DJ Smiles, who is in the chat, and DJ Swirls, who was in the chat and may still be here. They will be helping me celebrate 50 officially next week, Wednesday. Next week, Wednesday, I will be turning on before Team Shellings. I haven't figured out the time yet. I'm going to go through the next couple of days of not doing the corporate job, but I will figure out the time. I will post it on my Instagram. If you're not, yeah, Spotlight's always going to be telling me this. I know. I may not... No, I will. So I don't know what time I'm going to be turning on yet, but I will be turning on the 29th before Team Shellings goes live. And let me take myself off of, let me put myself back on camera. Thank you, Apple Blossom, that you have the name. That is awesome. You are on this. Can you explain to me why you need me to turn on for my birthday? Since you are here and commenting in the chat, please feel free to drop your verbiage as to why you feel I should turn on my birthday. I have no topic. I just would be showing up to say hi to the people. I've thought about it. I don't know. We'll see. But the plan is not to show up tomorrow in Twitch at all, like at all. If you're not already doing so, follow me on Instagram. If you're not already doing so, click the follow button here on Twitch. To make me cry. See, that's why I don't need to be here tomorrow. Follow me on YouTube. We are live streaming on YouTube as well as on Twitch. I'm trying to make that a thing every time I turn on. Where else is there? TikTok, I don't use it yet, but I will be eventually. Anything else that I'm missing, I don't know. See, this is one of those things. I call you my collective. There's some of you I consider my family. And then you see stuff like this, right? So I can see them glasses fog up. Like, does that sound like love and support of my mental health and wellness? Like, I don't know. Really? So I don't think I will be turning on. Yes, C.A. Gregory, exactly. Take the day to celebrate you. Yeah, yes, fellow Sag, that's right. It's right. It's a few of us in here. I know it's love, as you guys call it, but you guys don't need to see me snot nose cry. You'll see me do it on a stream, one of these streams. The 50-year-old cry, that's an ugly cry. That's special. You guys don't want to see that. You may never look at me the same. You're still going to drop them bits tomorrow. How are you going to drop bits tomorrow if I don't turn on? That doesn't even make sense. You can do that? Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. I've never even heard of that before. I'd record it. You see, and then you have like this-ish. Yeah, no, stop this. So mental health, mental wellness, this raid, what I do on this channel has been really well timed, right? I've been talking about soul wellness, all of the different pieces that are associated with making sure that we are our best selves. I'm saying everything that I'm doing is operating from my soul. It's operating from a place of love. T.E. Dennis made a comment earlier about professional help, and that is something I didn't mention, and I know that is a touchy topic as well. Professional help, medication, I definitely am a supporter of it. When I was diagnosed with depression decades ago, I took medication, I started therapy, and I was just like, yeah, it's not for me. I didn't have that support in place to find the right therapist, find the right medication. And I said it before, right? I self-medicated with a whole bunch of things that I probably shouldn't have, but I had a fun time doing so to get me through. Am I 100%? I don't think anybody ever is 100%, but I rely on all of the different dimensions around wellness to help me get through and to help me cope and to help me nurture myself and navigate, which is why I do what I do here on these streams, right? So I am going to scroll up because I've missed some comments along the way. Some of the comments I'm just not even going to address right about now. Let's all vandalize her page. Big sis, really? Let's all vandalize her page? Like, really? Again, I know we're talking about mental health and wellness, and I was expecting a more positive experience from my collective today, but I see y'all have no behavior, and this is how you want to act. So when I see beautiful comments like this one from Megan the Suis, I will post this. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. See? Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you. You're the good one out of the lot of other folk here in this chat. But no, fun and joke aside, the social aspect of what we do here is so critical and it's so important. Being authentically who you are is really critical and important because it helps people do the same for themselves. I was going to say something else, but that's not nice, so I'm not going to say that. But staying true to who you are, believing in what you're doing, whether you're doing something, again, on stream, off stream, however you want to do it, as long as you are representing who you are in the truest possible form, you are actually helping and nurturing your own mental wellness because you're staying true to yourself, right? You're authentically being yourself. You're not trying to recreate and become something that you're not, because that's hard. Like, you're trying to keep up an appearance of somebody that you're really not. That doesn't make sense. But if you stay truly who you are, you do really make that journey of staying in the safe path of mental wellness that much easier. Will you have rough days? You will absolutely have rough days. We all have rough days. But again, we all come together. We support each other. Even you misbehaving folks up inside my chat who just want to see me cry on a stream on my birthday. Like, you couldn't even just like choose a different day. You know, the highlight of turning 50, y'all want me crying. Really? But again, I always want to stress authentic. And sometimes our authentic self is not palatable to all. I know I'm not always the best person for others with how I operate. And we have others in the chat that have that same view or opinion of themselves. But as long as you know that you're doing it from a place that is authentically you for the reasons why you're doing it, I'm going to say continue doing it. Like, who are any of us to judge one another on how we handle ourselves? Your mental health is the most important. Staying mentally well is the most important. And when you start talking about the movement and the job, staying intellectually sounded and grounded, those are all pieces of it that are important, right? When you start talking about spirituality, when you start talking about, and I will talk about the journaling. I've said it. Those that if they feel it does not apply to them, that's, you find what you need to do. I truly believe that when you take pen to paper and you write stuff down, it helps you in so many different ways. And it also helps you intellectually, right? It also reminds you that you need to learn how to spell because you can't rely on the red squiggly when you're writing with pen and paper. Just a thing. So as we are going to get ready to wrap this up in about 5 minutes, because I know I'm speed talking right now, because I feel like I'm probably going to start coughing. It's like kicking the monkey off your back. Yeah. Every time I turn on this channel, and whether I'm doing this or I'm doing this with a guest, it will always be the focus of from the soul, from love, with love, helping to nurture each other. I want to know that every time I sit down and have a conversation with a guest, there's something that you guys all take away. Like, you absolutely take away something to help you. And maybe it's not even to help you, but it's to pass the words along to somebody else to help them, right? So I always want to make sure when I say that your time and your energy is non-refundable, you understand where I am coming from. I am here turning on this camera and this mic on a Tuesday when I feel like I should probably drink Neocitrin and really go to my bed, because it's important for me to have that social interaction to support my people that ask me to support them on this raid, and to show up and be authentically myself. There's something that's said in this stream, the streams before me, the one coming up after me. You will take away something that will help nurture you in some way, shape, or form. And that is something that you must always, always, always remember. To those of us who stream, whether we are a DJ, a streamer, whatever we're doing, when we turn on the camera and we turn on the mic, we always need to remember that as much as we are doing what we're doing and we say it's for us, it's for the people, and however you want to word it, it's for both. It's for the people who show up, and it's for you when you turn on that screen and when you turn on that mic. Spotlight sound. Did I ever tell you you got a nice smile? Like, see, and then you do stuff like that just because you want to, like, like you're going to start seeing my cheeks get all rosy, and then that's going to be a whole conversation. And I have 4 minutes left before I need to get off of this camera. So there's hope for me after all. Again, oh, let me pin this. This is perfect. Don MC, thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. So Six Boss, thank you so much for being part of today. Appreciate you. Yeah, thank you for having me. And as I said, when you mentioned it was about mental health, I thought it was important for me to shine a light on what we do over here amongst the collective. There's a lot of stuff coming. There's a lot of things that I can't wait to really dig into. But we've been building a nice environment here. We've been building a nice community. I appreciate you. I posted out on my Instagram the other day. I really appreciate you because I don't think I realized how much until I've had a couple of those moments where I needed that extra push, that extra support. So I want to say to each of you from my soul, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. But I also want to make sure that I remind you, please be accountable to yourselves. Protect and nurture your mental wellness. Do whatever it is that you need to do. Remember that we are a community here to support each other. The Facebook private group page will be up in a couple of days, by the way. But I really just want to say once again, take the moment. I'm here every Sunday, unless something comes up. Every Sunday at 8, I am here. Every Wednesday at 6, I will be here. Whether I'm with a guest or not with a guest on the Wednesday, I will turn on, I will be here. And it's to have these conversations. If the conversation needs to go left or right for whatever reason, it goes left or right for whatever reason. At the end of the day, it's a safe space. There's no judgment. The occasional bombastic side I might come up, but absolutely, again, I want to make sure that you guys always remember to take care of yourself. At the end of the day, if you don't take care of yourself first, who's going to take care of you? You have to take care of you. Tuni Sineri, I think this is probably one of the last posts that I am going to put up on the screen. If whoever is up, can you let me know if he is active and he is live, that we can get ready to activate the raid. Tuni Sineri, I love you as well. Happy birthday, sweet lady. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's a thing knowing that I'm actually like turning 50. Like I'm actually looking forward to it, and I've said it almost every stream. I'm saying it loud because I think it's important to do so. We seem to take age and we want to tuck it under the rug and stop at 35 or 40 or whatever. I'm going to continue to celebrate each age that I am given the blessings to be here, whether I'm on stream or just living life. So he is live. If you can activate the raid, I'm going to click to take us out. Once again, Six Boss, thank you for inviting us to be a part of your raid. The last person, whoever, it's just like I literally said whoever, and I was just like, I don't know if I'm saying the right person. His name is whoever. Those of you, next week, Wednesday, I will be here on Sunday, and I absolutely am not sure if I'm turning on tomorrow, but I want to say thank you in advance for all of the birthday wishes. I appreciate every single one of you, and let me do this while I do this. Peace, love, and blessings. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. Put yourselves first.